You know, after 43 years on this bench, I've stared down every kind of defiance you can imagine. Liars, cheats, hotheads who think the law bends for them. But on that sweltering Friday afternoon in July, a police chief in full dress uniform strode into my courtroom, chest puffed with badges and arrogance, and did something no one, not even I, saw coming. He pointed his finger right at me, then escalated in a way that turned a routine hearing into chaos. And 45 seconds later, he was the one in cuffs, dragged out while the gallery watched in stunned silence. This wasn't just contempt of court, it was an assault on the very idea of justice. A man sworn to uphold the law, deciding he was above it. The fallout? Instant arrest, career in ruins, and a lesson that no badge protects you from accountability. Before I walk you through every tenth second of that day, hit that subscribe button right now. Seriously, click it, because stories like this remind us why the courtroom still matters. And drop a comment telling me, have you ever seen someone in power lose it completely? You're not going to believe how fast this one unraveled. I've been a Superior Court judge in Chicago, Illinois since 1982. That's 43 years of gavel in hand, listening to stories that break hearts or boil blood. Every morning I arrive at 7:30, coffee in one hand, black, hot, no nonsense, files in the other. My clerk, Sarah, who's been my anchor for 26 years, can read the docket like a weather report. That July morning, she slid the file over with a raised eyebrow. Judge, this one's got attitude written all over it. Police chief contesting a traffic citation says it's harassment. Plaintiff's a young officer who ticketed him for running a red light. I scanned the papers. Chief Harlan Brooks, 58, decorated veteran of the force, claiming the ticket was retaliation because he disciplined the issuing officer months earlier. The young cop, Officer Ramirez, was countersuing for defamation. Brooks had publicly called him incompetent in the press. Tensions high, egos higher. I knew this could get ugly, but I never imagined how ugly. Courtroom filled up quick. Reporters in the back, a few uniforms in support of Brooks, civilians curious about the cop versus cop drama. At 1:45 p.m., Sarah called it State versus Harlan Brooks, citation 24 TR 4789, and cross-claim Brooks versus Ramirez. Brooks entered like he owned the place. Polished shoes clicking, stars gleaming, hand extended for a shake he didn't get. Ramirez stood straight, nervous but composed, in crisp blues. I started calm. Chief Brooks, you're here to contest a red light violation. Explain your position. He leaned into the mic, voice booming. Your Honor, this ticket is bogus. Officer Ramirez has a grudge. I wrote him up for policy violations last year. He's targeting me. I demand dismissal and an apology. Ramirez spoke next, steady. Your Honor, I clocked him fair and square. 45 in a 30, blew the light. Dash cam footage is clear. He then slandered me to the media, called me unfit to wear the badge. That hurt my career. I played the body cam clip on the screen. High clear as day, Brooks's cruiser sailing through red, no brake lights. The gallery murmured. Brooks bristled. That's edited, or angles wrong. I know the law better than anyone here. I kept my tone even. Chief, the evidence speaks. Do you have witnesses or proof of tampering? He crossed his arms. I don't need proof. I'm the chief. My word should count for something. That's when the temperature rose. I ruled on the spot. Citation upheld, fine $250, points added, cross-claim for defamation. I'll hear arguments. Brooks's face reddened. He stood without permission. This is outrageous. You're biased. You let a rookie cop railroad a 30-year veteran? I warned him. Chief, sit down. This is my courtroom. Respect the process. He didn't. Instead, he jabbed a thick finger straight at me, inches from the bench, shaking with rage. You think you're above me? You sit up there in a robe, but you're nothing without us on the streets. I'll have your job reviewed. The gallery gasped. Bailiffs tensed. I felt the air shift in that split second where everything hangs. Chief Brooks, I said, voice like steel, you are in contempt. Sit down now. He didn't. His hand dropped to his hip, near his holster. The room froze. Then, in one fluid, furious motion, he drew his service weapon, a Glock, standard issue, and leveled it, barrel pointed directly at my chest. You don't talk to me like that. Screams erupted. People ducked. Bailiffs lunged. But in those 45 seconds, I counted them later on the clock, everything changed. I didn't flinch. Years of training, instinct, calm. I met his eyes. Chief, lower, the weapon. This ends now, or it ends badly for you. He hesitated, sweat beading, hand trembling. The bailiffs closed in, guns drawn but low. One shouted, "Drop it, now!" Brooks blinked, reality crashing in. The gun wavered, then lowered. Two bailiffs tackled him gently but firmly, cuffs clicking behind his back as he hit the floor. "You're under arrest," one said, voice steady, "for assault with a deadly weapon on a judicial officer brandishing, threatening a public official." And that's just the start. The courtroom was chaos, shouts, cries, phones recording. I banged the gavel hard. "Order. Everyone remain seated. This court is in recess for 30 minutes. Chief Brooks is remanded into custody." As they hauled him out, uniform disheveled, head down, the gallery erupted in murmurs. Ramirez looked shell-shocked. I recessed to chambers, heart pounding but head clear. I'd faced threats before, but never a loaded gun from a sworn officer in my own room. Let me pause here, because this hits deep. Have you ever witnessed someone in authority abuse it so completely? Drop a comment right now and tell me, what would you have done if you were in that courtroom? And if this story's got your blood pumping, hit that like button, because what happened next shows why no one is above the law. In chambers, I called the chief administrative judge. "Harlan Brooks just pulled on me. Bailiffs have him. Need full investigation." Within minutes, IA was there, FBI notified. Assault on a federal-level officer, my court hears cross-jurisdictional cases, meant serious charges. Brooks was booked, felony assault, aggravated menacing, official misconduct. His badge, suspended pending review. Career, over in 45 seconds. The next day, headlines screamed, "Police chief arrested after pointing gun at judge." Body cam from bailiffs went viral. The draw, the point, the takedown, public outrage boiled. How can a cop do that? Finally, accountability. Protests outside the precinct, calls for reform. Weeks later, Brooks's hearing, different judge, of course. He pled to lesser charges, reckless endangerment, disorderly conduct, sentenced to probation, anger management, permanent disbarment from law enforcement. He lost his pension fight, too. In a letter to the court, through counsel, he wrote, "I let ego override duty. I apologize to judge my name, the court, and every officer who upholds the badge honestly." Ramirez, his defamation claim settled quietly. Brooks paid damages, issued a public retraction. The young officer got promoted. He stopped by my chambers once. "Your Honor, thank you for not backing down. It showed us all the line is real." And me? I took a week off, first in years. Sat with my family, reflected. I'd stared down a barrel and lived to tell it, but more than that, I'd seen justice swift and sure. No special treatment for a chief. The law applied equally. Or it isn't law at all. Stories like this burn into you. Power corrupts when unchecked, but accountability restores balance. A finger pointed in anger became cuffs in seconds. A man who enforced rules broke them spectacularly and paid the price. If this shook you, if you believe no badge excuses breaking the law, hit that like button, subscribe for more raw courtroom truths, and share this with someone who needs to see justice in action. Comment below. Should high-ranking officers face stricter consequences? What's your take? Thank you for listening. God bless. Remember, the courtroom isn't a stage for egos. It's where truth meets consequence. Check the next video on screen. Another shocking bench moment awaits. Take care, stay vigilant, and never forget, justice sees everyone the same.